Hello, everyone, and welcome to our once a week show. My name is Michelle Marie, and I am the owner and operator of Astrological Tarot. I am both a Western and Vedic astrologer, as well as a tarot reader, and we're so glad that you're here today.
Hello, everyone. I am Tanys Coughlan with the Twillow Lifestyle Community and the Twillow Lifestyle Academy, and I am a Reiki master, Aqualead master, crystal master, stuff, and a channeler and oracle. Oh yeah, Celtic, Shamanic, High Priestess in there too. Anyway, I'm really pleased that you're all here and looking forward to spending the hour with you.
Yay. She's just too much stuff. That's basically it. Hi, everyone. I'm Renata of Readings by Renata. I am a medical intuitive as well as a psychic medium, a coach, a counselor, a bunch of other stuff as well. And thank you so much for being here with us today.
Oh,
so basically,
fabulous.
we do stuff.
Yeah,
we all do stuff. Lots of stuff.
Yes, we read a lot of books and study a lot of things to help you in the collective. So,
Exactly.
Yeah. So basically, we always like to start off with a little bit of a collective reading. And on that note, I'd like to talk about the astrological energies that we have going on. Now, we just re-entered an energy called Kalsarpa Yoga. And this occurs when all of the planets, all the way up to Saturn, get hemmed in by the north and south nodes. This is known as Rahu and Ketu. Now, this produces a type of yoga, not the yoga where you're getting down on a mat and you're doing different positions.
Downward dog.
Yes, but an energy, for example, or cobra. And so basically, Kalsarpa Yoga it's represented by the snake of time. Okay, and it kind of puts us in a bit of a bind. Now, if you have this in your chart, you could struggle with issues with your children, especially if it's, affecting your fifth house, loans, and, just financial matters. If it's in the second, there could be chronic illnesses. If it's in the eighth, there's slander from others. You can be involved in police cases and litigation. There can be theft. There can be problems with enemy, marital discord. If it's, first and seventh houses, just depending on where those nodes are. Loss of family members, issues with family, not getting support with family. It's just a really yoga. Okay. We're going through it as a collective. And we have been since this pandemic started. We had a few months of it in 2020. We had a few months of it in 2021, and we're dealing with it this year as well. The good news is that in April, this will dissipate until 2025. So we'll take a bit of a break from it, but we're still in it, and it was just reactivated. So there are some remedies that you can do for this kind of nodal placement. And the number one thing that you can do is develop a yogic lifestyle. Keep it simple. So keep a structured life. Get up, have a good breakfast, maybe do some yoga. What I do is I get up, I do my yoga asanas for the day, which is, the sun salutations, various yoga poses. And then I do what's called pranayama. It's control of the breath. After I do control of the breath, I pick up my mala and I do mantra practice. Okay. And then followed by mantra practice, if I'm able to meditate, just depending on where I'm at, emotionally and mentally, I try to do that as well. So that's the main thing that you can do for dealing with this kind of energy. Okay. Another thing that you can do is never hurt snakes or reptiles. I know that's a little different, but the Kalsarpa represents snakes. Okay. And if you see the God in all, then there's God in snakes too. And also, gnomed cat's eye is a really good stone for this as well. Okay. Let's see. If you have this yoga in your chart, you may have issues with, nightmares and dreams and all of the areas that I mentioned above as well, not just kind of the collective areas. And the number one mantra that I like for this particular difficult energy is it's a mantra to Shiva. And it's basically, I'll just say it. And what you do is you do it 108 times on what's called a mala. Okay. And this is Shiva here. All right. And I did it before the show, and it's a good mantra to do for Kalsarpa Yoga. So I'll do a really simple one first. This is one that you can all do. Om Namah Shivaya. Very simple. Okay. So that would be a good starter mantra that you can do. But there's also a more complicated mantra, and it's Maha I always say it wrong. It's Maha Mrityunjaya. And it's Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanan Uvarukamiva Vandanan Mrityor Mukshiyamamritat Om Shanti 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 Om. And you can do that 108 times on your mala. You can also just do Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Okay? And that should help you with some of the energies that we have going on. And again, this will dissipate until April, and it'll eventually dissipate, and then we'll run into it again in 2025. But we've been dealing with it throughout the pandemic, and it's finally going to go away next month. But if you're feeling especially agitated, those are some remedies that you can do. Okay, I hope that was helpful.
Thank you. That's beautiful. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I felt that those mantras. Yeah, beautiful. Thank you. So I picked some cards, and yeah, first time it came out was about healing. So we are doing some healing. So hold on to your hats, folks, okay? But know that you deserve the best, okay? So reach for the stars, reach for your dreams, and don't compromise. Know that it is a time to take action. Your heart is in tune with what it needs right now. So I asked what kind of action, and I got detoxification will help you deal with stuff, and meditation. Okay, so doing some of that over the next little while will help us get through till April. Let me get rid of this energy. Also the other thing was savoring pleasure. So you see in there we've got a beautiful like bathtub, and you've got chocolate and candles and roses and all that fun stuff. So treat yourself to that and savor it, right? Don't just do it and go through the motions, like really savor it. So even if it's just having a beautiful glass of water in the sun, savor it, okay? Be very mindful about being in the moment, because that is key right now, being right here in the moment, okay? Because really, we don't have control over what's already happened, and we don't have control over what's happening in the future. All we have control over is this moment. And then a minute from now, all we have control over is this moment, right? So if we just keep trying to stay right in the moment, some of this other energy will dissipate around you, okay? So doing some of those things will help you to get through this difficult time. And then we will be emerging into grace. So this is coming, folks. We are going to be emerging into grace as we open our soul to grace, all right? And to love. So key, another reminder, please stay in love, okay? We tend to get into fear during these times, and we get caught up in our own thoughts and caught up in our own stuff. And so it's just a reminder to stay in love. Okay. And I think, I certainly need that reminder as well. So, we're all in this together, folks. So, keep at it, savor, be in the moment, do your meditation, detox. Everything's going to be fine. We're going to emerge into grace. Weird one tonight, I know, sorry.
No, beautiful. I love it, Tanys. Okay, so I pulled some cards, from some of my new decks, just to kind of see what's out there in the mix, and see if there are any other like additional or new messages that we haven't read before. So the first card that I got is this Gaia Gateway Activation card, and boy, is that spot on, right? We're going through some major transformative time, and our planet is, shifting in a lot of ways. So it says learning experiences, wisdom transmission, earth intelligence. So right now we're moving through some planetary shifts, and it's necessary. It can be very uncomfortable. I've talked about this before, but we're going through what we are intended to go through. And as Tana said, it's really good for us to focus on the now and not think about like the future, the past, and it's too overwhelming and we can't do anything about those things anyway. The only thing that's guaranteed is the now, right? I drew this Rumi card, and I had to look it up because this is a brand new deck to me, and I wanted to see if I was intuitively picking up on the meaning. It says divine discontent, and that sounds like a bad thing. But I looked up the meaning, And it says, winter falls upon us so spring can bring new growth. Cry the tears, allow the longing. Sadness brings surrender and a deep desire to be free. So what this is really saying is that we're going through some difficult times right now, through some difficult shifts. But this is a time to really like feel all the feels, do the ugly crying, so we can release all the stuff, so we can release all the things that no longer serve us, and we can be free to move on into this new phase of all of our lives. So I actually think that that's quite beautiful. Okay. I also got this, the girls were telling me, this is a little dark. And I guess it is a little dark, but I was curious. And I got this Keter, I think. This is like a Hebrew deck. And I was thinking about how we were talking about, I think we were talking with Karen and Lauren when we were on Karen's show, the Grateful Goddesses, but like we're talking about how angels, you know, that it's not really a popular subject in Judaism and stuff, but this is actually a deck, like a Hebrew oriented deck, and it's all like angel based, and it's very interesting. But this card is the crown, spirituality. Okay, so Keter, that's what it's referring to. So right now we are very much in the pathway of connecting much more deeply through our crown chakras, and of course through other chakras. But we're being offered the opportunity to connect to the divine a lot more closely right now. Okay, so that's what that feels like to me. And also, finally, I drew this, our ancient future. I've talked about this before. It reminds me very much of the infinity symbol and how everything just comes back around. All right, we're still connected. Everything is happening simultaneously, basically. There isn't really a past, a future, and a present. Everything's happening all at once. I know it's a little bit of a crazy concept, but our concept of time in our human form is not exactly as it is. We're just kind of limited in the way we perceive it. So, I feel like we're being encouraged to just keep going, keep moving forward. It's been a rough ride. There is going to be a little bit more of a rocky pathway ahead, but we just have to keep moving forward. And we are, as Tanys said, going to emerge on the other side of this, having learned a lot, having shifted in many ways, and just kind of renewed.
So just a little note about Keter.
Mm-hmm.
It's from the Kabbalah, which is Kabbalah. I never pronounce that. So my apologies to those of you who are Jewish mystics. But it is, Keter is the top of the tree. It's the top.
Right, the tree of life.
Yeah. So that's why it is about spirit and that connection. Yes. So it's interesting because we talked about the meditation card came. So it's again, just sort of reinforcing that piece, because that's what Keter is about. It's about connecting. So so very cool.
Michelle, is your camera working? You were very fuzzy there for a while.
Yeah, everything got unplugged from the wall. I don't know how that happened.
Oh.
Okay, but I'm all right now. So, crisis averted. Okay. So we actually have someone who paid, so they're going first. So if you're first in the queue, that's what's going on. And someone mentioned you're reciting Hindu mantras. Yes, I'm a Vedic astrologer. I do Vedic remedies. I'm a Jyotish practitioner. So, and I have an altar, and that's a big part of my practice. So, all right. Now, our first question is from Gleneve, just donated. I'm meeting a guy named Christian. He's a Cancer and I'm a Leo. I want to know if we like each other, if it could lead to something long term. Okay. So the first card I picked for you, Gleneve, is Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius is just all about getting to the point. Okay, he's literally shooting an arrow here. But it's also about gaining more insights to understand, what a relationship would look like with this person. Okay, getting to know them a little bit more. This is also it's represented by Jupiter. Okay, so I am getting that you will have to maybe get through expand your views of spirit a little bit in order for this relationship to work as well. Because the first card I got in the Love Tarot for you was religious factors. Okay, so there could be some religious factors that come into play for a more serious long-term commitment, if that's what you're looking for. It says your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and your spiritual path. So that's just something that, you could talk about and really share on a deeper level and just kind of decide, is this going to work? Okay, just coming from experience, I married someone who's very accepting of my belief systems, and I'm accepting of his. And that's integral in a relationship, and you're going to need that. Okay. Otherwise, it's going to be a bit of a push and pull. Okay. I also got release your ex. Okay. So there's some past stuff coming through. Okay. The time has come to clear your energy. You need to do some energy clearing, maybe even a cord cutting. Tanys does those. Okay. So releasing those fears, those insecurities, whatever's kind of lingering behind. If there's something in your house, I'm getting, just get rid of it. Okay. It's not good mojo. All right. This will allow you to really clear the air for a new beginning with this person. If this is the person that you're really interested in. Okay. And it sounds like you are. And then I went to my Whispers of Ganesh deck, and I got blessings. So that's a really good thing. Blessings is a really good card to get. Okay. You can see he's raining down, beautiful flowers, and it's just a really good positive card. So I think that once you take those steps to kind of clear your energy moving forward and kind of get past some of the more religious factors that are in play, you can really open up the door for this relationship, and it could be a real blessing. But this is also a card to let you know that you are divinely protected as well. So Spirit is asking you to consider what exactly you want currently. Is it this relationship? Okay. And you need to assert your desires that are within your reach. Okay. So the universe is basically conspiring to help you achieve your aspirations. It always is. And since the universe is in harmony with your desires, the how will transpire effortlessly after you get these things kind of out of the way. So this is blessings of luck. It's new prospects. It's, you need to make sure your intentions are very clear with a card like this. And then once you've identified what you've desired, your guides will work to clear up the obstacles, because Ganesha is the removal of obstacles, to amp up the blessings. Okay. So just know that true happiness and blessings, they lie within you. They lie within your heart, in your soul. And another card flew out. This very rarely happens because this is such a big deck. It's big cards. And I got courage. So this is going to take a little bit of courage on both of your parts to make this work. And I think that the religious factors have something to do with that as well. Okay. Just kind of thinking a little bit outside of yourselves. It's basically, if you look at Ganesha here, he's on a powerful lion. Okay. And he inherited this lion from his mother Parvati. And the lion represents the fiercer nature of Ganesha. So your guides are calling on you to trust the fearless part of your being, your own inner lion, so to speak. It's kind of like the strength card in the tarot. Okay. So they're inviting you to work with them and be valiant and harness your heart's, courage and what you want in making those intentions clear. Because the best card you could get in relationship reading is blessings. But again, you have to get through some of those hurdles. Okay. I hope that was helpful, Gleneef. And I know that Tanys and Renata have a lot more.
Mm-hmm. So welcome, Gleneef. Yes, I got cards that would definitely support all of that. So healing the past was one of the ones I got. I was also getting that perhaps, doing some saging or some smudging around your house would be a really good idea. There's some kind of a book or notebook or something like that there's stuff in about your ex that needs to be addressed. So whether, I don't know if it's his book
like
that you
journal?
still have. Yeah. Or you've been writing in it about him or something like that. Something about that you need to clear. Okay. So I would recommend, you probably know what we're talking about. So pull that book out and sage it, right? Do some smudging around it and really clear the energy and yourself and your place as well. Okay. Because that's going to help you with letting go. So letting go with the flow. Okay. If you can do that, then you're going to start to break down some of those barriers. So you see here, there's new growth coming here with the light. So the more light you bring in with the healing, the more you're going to be able to break those. Yes, good idea. She's saying, I'm going to start writing about him so I can burn it when I go camping. Perfect. That fire transmutes energy. So please, yes, do that. So that journal is probably what we're seeing, is that one that you're going to write this in. Okay. So for the new guy, heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings for each other when you know what they are, of course. Okay. And I got the finance and career card as well. So there's something in there that you're going to have some discussion about. So I have a feeling there's some religious or spiritual factors, and then also something to do with career or something, feeling like there's some kind of a disconnect in the, I think it's financial, to be honest. I think there's like maybe a difference in the demographic between you, something like that. And that demographic, it's going to be something to do financial as well as something to do with the religious or spiritual factors. Okay. But I did give your relationship a chance and encouraging you to work on it. So they're saying there is work involved. Okay. But I also got one of the best cards in the deck. It is a soulmate. So it is somebody that you have as part of your soul family. And so it's really, I think if you work on it, give it some patience and have lots of heart-to-heart conversations, it's going to be a good relationship going forward. So that's what I think. All right. But yes, please deal with that past stuff. Get it that way.
Thank you, Tanys. Yeah, I basically got a lot of cards that support what you two ladies were talking about. So we always like it when, they align like that. There's definitely something that needs to be addressed. And like one of the first cards that I got for you is this realignment card. So this is about you having something that you kind of need to let go of and work through for sure. Yeah, this is about you just going through, like, I feel like this relationship is going to, or this potential relationship even, I think that's going to do a lot for you. I think it's going to help you move through some things that you have been reluctant to move through, if that makes sense. So that's part of the reason that it's happening. You are being reminded, I got this radiance card, to rejoice in your life. So you are being reminded to, as part of your realignment, to reconnect to what makes you joyful, because that's going to give you a new orientation and a new perspective. That's very important for you to have. Okay. Like you, I feel like I'd like you to pay attention to where you're coming from with this relationship, and be careful not to look at it as something that you desperately need. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is something that's there for your growth. And this is not something like you have to have in order to survive. This is something that's going to help enhance your life and add to it, but not like a desperate need. Okay. So, I got this spend quality time together card. Okay. So you're going to have to spend a little bit of time, and this is going to take some work. And I think you should move slowly. Okay. That's encouraging you to take your time with it. Listen and talk to each other. So you're going to have some conversations with him. And I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, ladies, but like the Leo and Cancer energy sometimes kind of makes me laugh, because Cancers can be so sensitive and can hide out, and Leos can be a little bit intimidating sometimes and a little frightening. So you're going to have have some courage here. Stepping into this, it might feel really intimidating for you, Gleneve. I got this demonstrate love card. And by the way, vulnerability. This might be a challenge, like what I was just talking about. Open your heart and allow yourself to be tender. And I think that you are a tender person, but sometimes you hide it. So with this, you're going to have to open yourself up and kind of take a chance. And really, it's going to feel, it might feel a little scary, but that's what you have to do in order to get what you want. I did get this card, the Falling in Love card, which is a very good card to get out of my mermaid deck. So that's a very positive one for this relationship. And it's got a very interesting message. It says, kissing the divine in another and in yourself. So this is a reminder that this is falling in love, not just with the potential partner, but also with yourself. Okay, this also tells me that you have a little bit of work to do when it comes to your own, how you feel about yourself. So much of this is also about you, not just this relationship. And also, finally, I got this passion for purpose card. So there is going to be something there where I think either he's very passionate, and as a Leo, it would make sense. And I think maybe you are going to be able to discover some of your own, or rediscover some of your own passion, like why you're really here. What is your mission in life? Why are you here, like in this lifetime? What are you here to do? What are you here to feel? You know, so I feel like there's great potential. Gwyneth, I know you sent me an email, and I see you asking questions about the picture, sending us a picture. So yes, I do romantic compatibility by looking at your pictures side by side and by reading your energetic compatibility. However, that's something that you're going to have to book a session with me for. That's something that I do in my own private sessions. We don't really do that here because that's going to take a little bit of time. So if you are interested in doing that, please feel free to let me know. My prices are still very, very low. They're going to be going up soon, as soon as I can get some work done on my website and stuff. So let me know if you're interested, and I will respond to you there. Okay, but I hope my reading was helpful for you.
Awesome.
Okay, Tanys, I can really hear your cards. So just,
sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. It was hard to hear Renata. It's all right. Yeah. All right. We hope that was helpful, Gwyneth. And we have 4 tippers. So I pulled the prosperity card from the Ganesha deck. So we appreciate you sharing your prosperity with us and your energy with us. So we will get to all of you. We see that you guys have tipped, and we will get to all of you. Okay. So just... All right. And if you're like at the head of the line and you're going, why aren't they getting to me? It's because we're getting to tippers first. That's how the show works. Okay. All right. So our next question is for Miss Rachel Rose Farber. Welcome back, Rachel. My question in regard to thoughts from today. I've gotten pretty far in the NYC apartment search, but I'm still really held back. No timeline. I can defer a bit, need be positive, but today I found that the PT test, changed at work, and now it's passable for me and all females. It's usually a pretty hard test. It actually confused me and depressed me, feeling like I should push to stay. Perhaps you can pull cards for this, or if it's really just time to get out and move on. I feel stuck. Okay. All right. I'm going to hide this so you can see me. Here I am.
That's a long question.
Yes, it is. But, in-depth questions, in-depth answer. Here you go. I pulled 9th house in Aquarius for you, for Monte Farber's Karma cards. Okay. What this tells me is it's time to think outside of the box. It's time to move on. Okay. The 9th house is all about doing things in a big way, expanding your education, your horizons. It's about, fearlessly going out into the unknown worlds and learning new things, new philosophies, new healing techniques, because that's what Chiron did. He represents the 9th house, and he went out and he learned new healing techniques, which is what you're going to be doing with animals, because I'm really getting the animal thing. Okay. Healing animals. She heals animals. Okay. So I asked my Whispers of Ganesha deck, because he literally said at the beginning of this reading, use me. I got innocence. You will be protecting the innocence of this world. And that comes from those that don't have a voice. Those come from the animals in the world. Okay. You've got your guy Ollie at home, but this also represents a little bit about your spirit as well. It's the lightness and the aura around Ganesha here. It portrays an innocence, and you kind of have this innocence about you. I've seen photos of you. Okay. So by being soft, by being still, the universe will assist you in creating your desires, but you need to practice more stillness. Okay. Be willing to release any criticism regarding yourself, regarding your past. If you notice yourself becoming a little more critical over time, it tells me that you kind of lost trust with that innocence, that willingness to kind of explore new territories and get into new things. Okay. But don't forget that change and transformation are always possible. That's what we're here to do. Okay. And I feel like that's what you're going through now. And it's a little scary. So you are being offered an opportunity here. Okay. You can approach the situation with renewed peace rather than anxiety, because spirit is supporting you in this. And if you're making changes, in this case, in your job situation, in the direction of your life path, approach this with that ninth house energy, that sense of exploration, that excited curiosity of an innocent child. Okay. And be willing to let go of all of these preconceived ideas that have developed over time in your mind. Okay. Allow your heart to be centered, still, and at peace. That's what your guides are telling me. She's anxious. Be at peace, be at peace, be at peace. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Okay. And that will bring
release
forth
of perfection. I think it's not even the critique, because the root is the perfectionism. Right.
And the military can instill that a little bit, because you have to do things very, it's very regulated. Okay.
Yes.
So this will open the doors for you, because I got the acceptance card. There is great freedom in accepting things as they are. Okay. So renewing that innocence within you, and you can't know that you can't move forward on your path until you release the blame, until you release anger, until you release any of the sorrow that you've collected along your life's journey, especially from your military experience. Okay. And spirit is also asking you with this card to forgive those in your past, because they, if they've hurt you, and it's just opening your heart. The best way to deal with hurt is to forgive yourself, to forgive them, and then to move on in peace. Okay. I keep getting Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti for you. Peace, peace, peace. Okay. Open your heart to the world outside and the one within. And that will provide this balance and acceptance moving forward for you. Love is without judgment. It can allow you to live without predetermined opinions of yourself and of others. Okay. I'm getting more about yourself because of the type of energy that you've been around. So don't focus too much on your thoughts or beliefs in the situation, and come into this with the innocence of a child. That's what I'm getting, because the next step on your spiritual journey is, are you ready for this? Very solar plexus, empowerment. You are moving into a place of empowerment. This is going to be really big for you. You are going to finally be finding yourself and your purpose. And I am really excited for you. Your inner strength will ensure your dreams are realized. So you are being asked to sense your personal power after you've gone through the acceptance phase. And once you tap into this, you are confident. You're going to be responsible. You're going to be reliable. And the energy from this card is optimism. It's positive energy. Your dreams, your long-term goals are going to become a reality. Okay, so if you've been lethargic, if you've been unmotivated, take this time to tune into your personal power, that solar plexus energy. I use citrine as a stone to help with this area. Yellow is, again, it's associated with the solar plexus chakra. That's why I recommend that. And this chakra is the very core of your being. It's your power center. It's the home of your self-esteem, your willpower, your self-discipline, your personality. So spirit is showing you that there is an important purpose for your lifetime on earth, and you are about to step into it. So I'm really excited for you. Be confident in your talents. Love yourself. Okay. If you have to, get up in the morning and look in the mirror and say, I love you. Okay. And be willing to powerfully express yourself in the world, because you're a beautiful human being. And when you choose to direct your desires and, let go of that indecision, acting now will really open up those doors for you. Okay. That was a lot.
I'm doing the cackle thing.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah.
Tanys is next.
Yes. How we always joke about you can't make this stuff up. Because I got this one. Let go of indecision. Yeah, because it's time to decide. Okay. So make the decision based on your heart's true desire. So really, you have to look inside. We can't tell you what you're supposed to do, right? Because you have many options of what you want to do. We can suggest, but it's ultimately up to you. You have to make the decision. And so this is really them reinforcing that it's time for you to look inside and decide. So first one I have is to help heal this situation, see the other person's point of view with compassion. So there's some situation that you're in with somebody else. I feel like it's a female friend or female relative, like a mother or something like that. You need to look at both sides. of that. Okay. And that's going to help you to move forward with it.
That's
The other one is,
that's a multiple lifetime thing I'm getting. It's a multiple
that makes
lifetime
sense.
thing.
That makes sense. Yeah. So look at that stuff. I also am being drawn to the basin that she's sitting in, and I'm not sure why, but I don't know if this means anything to you, but this basin.
Renewal, washing away. It's like a renewal thing is what I'm getting.
Yeah. Like a baptismal kind of
Yeah,
deal,
yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So yeah, so that was sticking out for me on that card. It's safe for you to be powerful. You know how to be powerful in a loving way that benefits others as well as yourself. So that's really about that sacral or the solar plexus as well, right? The self-empowerment. So again, it's just reinforcing that using your citrine and your solar plexus energy. And then I'm the angel of abundance. You will receive the money that you need, and God is in charge of how that will happen. So have faith. So please don't make decisions out of fear of lack. Okay, that's what this one to me is what it's saying. And if you're looking at crystals, citrine's great for that too, just as an aside. So, so know that abundance will not be an issue for you. Okay. And it does. The next one is, yes, the timing is right for this new venture. A happy outcome follows your positive expectations. Okay. So even though we can't make that decision for you, the cards are suggesting that it is a time for a change. And so, allowing yourself to entertain the possibility is a good idea. Okay. Looking deeper. So what this says to me is that there's some soul work for you to do in terms of soul searching. Okay. So look deeper into what you want to get, not just about right now, but where do you want to take yourself in the future? Where do you see yourself 5-10 years from now? Okay. That's what you need to tap into your heart with. So look deeper into that. But also proceed softly, right? Smell the flowers, drink the tea, sit in the garden. So all of that sort of self-care stuff, being kind to yourself. Make sure you're communicating freely, okay? Communicate with love. Make sure you're being open in your communications with others, bringing compassion to those situations. Because ultimately, really, it's going to exceed your expectations. Okay, this is a great card to end with. So it says, I soar into excellence. So trust your intuition on this. Trust your heart. Where does your heart want to lead you? It's growth. Okay? There's growth and light. Look at that expansion of her on top of that. So really, whatever you decide, it's going to be the right thing because you're going to grow and you're going to expand.
Yep, 9th house.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so trust that. Feel into your heart. Okay. Renata.
You guys, your readings are so beautiful. I love sitting back and just listening to you guys talk and explain what you feel coming through. And then I see what I have coming through, and it's beautiful. Okay, so Rachel, technically, yes, you are supposed to be making up your mind, and you're supposed to be kind of just following you have your own guides that are giving you messages that are coming through constantly, right? And I know that you've been plugging into that a lot more, and you've been learning how to do that. I will tell you that just intuitively, before looking at any cards, you have your answer right in your words right there. You were like, what did you say? Is it really just time to get out and move on? I feel stuck. All right, so you just answered your own question. You feel stuck because it is time for you to get out and move on. If you really ask yourself, and you're very honest with yourself, what is staying really doing for me? I think you'll find that you know the answer already. I don't think that it's serving you. And I think that, you've been holding on to it because it feels safe, only because it's a familiar thing to you, not because it's actually doing something awesome for you. And I don't think that it feels good for you to stay. So that's just my personal opinion. All right. But speaking of the heart, I thought I would draw from this new deck, the Angelarium, because you were excited about the Kabbalah connection. So I got this there's a lot of reflection here, but I got this Tiferet card, okay? And it's heart and beauty, okay? And just looking at the booklet, because it has such beautiful explanations, it says the sixth emanation, the temperate force that allows the rest of the emanations to coexist in beautiful harmony. Tiferet is without extremes or absolutes. As each other aspect rages around him, he neither yields nor resists. He is the equilibrium that exists between those forces. He's the guiding hand that braces against the many aspects of the tree to gracefully bring them toward one another. And by the way, speaking of citrine, the yellow orb brings balance to the universe. Now, if you recall, I have drawn a balance card for you before. All right, so a lot of this journey that you're on right now is about you learning how to balance all the stuff that's coming at you and to center yourself, okay? Because right now you're still kind of off to one end of the extreme. And part of this process is for you to learn how to be more balanced and more grounded. So again, we have some cackling action, you know. I just wanted to know, why, like maybe why are you going through this? And I drew this card, dedication. And look, there is another animal. And this is so you. And it says, your challenges will reap rewards. Okay. So this is not you going through this in vain. You are definitely on the right pathway. You are learning what you need to learn. You are moving through where you're supposed to be moving through. Okay. And Spirit wanted to remind you that you will have, and you currently have, endless opportunities. So whatever opportunities that are arising for you, whichever way you move, there is no wrong answer, because you are going to learn what you need to learn regardless of how you choose. All right. You're also being reminded that community is important. Having a good support system. And I feel like sometimes that's difficult for you to find because you're a very unique individual. So it might feel a little bit challenging, but it is important for you to have at least a couple of people in your life that you can really confide in and you can have support from. And then the last deck that I looked at for you, just real quick, just asking what you're going through right now. I got Seraphim's Gateway. Voice activation, angelic attunement, divine support. All right, so you are definitely protected. You have light beings around you. They're looking out for you. And right now, like that angelic attunement, like the voices, by the way, voice activation, you did say you were hearing a lot of stuff coming in. So right there, that's just an affirmation of that. Also, you have the soul star activation. Okay, and another animal connection, fulfilling soul contracts, remembering who you are. This is definitely very much a soul contract for you, and what your work with animals is part of that. And the last card that I got for you, which I believe I have gotten before, is the Akashic Stargate. All right, again, this is all meant to be that you knew you were coming into this when you were coming into this lifetime. Aligned with purpose, crossroads, and no wrong path. Hello. Talk about confirmation of everything we're talking about. There's no wrong pathway. So you don't have to, like Michelle was telling you, if this is a lot of this is about you letting go of the critic within you, because it's not about perfection. It has nothing, life really has nothing to do with perfection. I used to get so caught up in and I still do even now, it's a struggle for me. Those little tiny details you get caught up on, that's not what life is about. And that's not why we're here. It's not about scoring 100% on every single test that you take. That's not really why we're here. All right, Rachel, I hope that was helpful for you.
Okay. Oh, we hope you have the best week, Rachel. And, blessings to you and your journey moving forward. We're all really excited for you. Okay, so while we were reading for Rachel, we got quite a few tips, and we're going to go ahead and answer all of your questions for you. Okay, so first we're going to go with Karen Pulver, then Patra's next, and then after Patra, we're going to do Karen Cohen, and then Joanna Fitzgerald, and then Betsabi Charis. I'm sorry if I butchered her name, and then Karen Phillips. Okay,
Wait a
so we
minute,
will.
Karen just said she has to run, so next
So we'll go
time,
ahead and do Karen now, or yeah, we'll go
She's-
ahead and do Karen now,
even
and
if she's not watching.
well, she can come back and look at the.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. So we'll do Karen next. Okay. Let me find
Okay.
you in here, Karen. Okay. Let's see. There's a lot here. You guys are very active today. Okay. This is for Karen. Same question as last week. To see what my brother needs to do about his divorce. How can I move forward? Hopefully beginning working in his favor. Okay. So I tapped into, just because he's not asking the question, I tapped into your energy through him, your thoughts and caring about him. Okay. And the first card I got was beginnings. Okay. There is some stuff that's being released so that new beginnings can take place here. And this is big, icky stuff. Okay. The main thing that I'm getting from this is that this is an indication of new energy that's coming up on the horizon. It's going to bring an open-hearted opportunity. Okay. So what Ganesha is doing here is the Abhaya Mudra. And this is a gesture of fearlessness. Okay. And it's a mudra or a gesture of reassurance, of safety. Okay. It dispels fear and accords divine protection and bliss. And there's also a symbol of the flower or lotus in his hand. And it's also in red sandalwood paste, his hand. And so the lotus symbolizes your potential to harness the flow of energy moving through your chakras, depicted as the wheel, like the lotus, and the enlightenment at the top of the skull. And basically what this is asking you to do is tap into spirit. Okay. There is a flow of energy that is coming. There's a new beginning and there's a new energy that is going to be released once this block is removed. Okay. So you can see this as a very negative thing, or you can see this as literally clearing out a clog. Okay. So new beginnings always carry really deep spiritual significance. So I'm encouraging you to take this from a very fresh approach, okay, and how you connect with your inner guidance. It's asking you to go in and ask for answers, okay? Do that through prayer. Do that through meditation, because you're not going to find the answers out here. This is a spiritual lesson. It's a spiritual awareness, and from that will come understanding that is very deep and very prolific, okay? One benefit of this new start will be that there's an opportunity to stay true to your own path and your own guidance. And this is the same for him as well. Okay, this is kind of a dual reading because I'm tapping into both of your energies. So, okay, I'm getting release the need to try to bring others into your vision. That's a big one. Okay, trust yourself and be willing to do the work that's needed at this time because your inspiration is positive. That's definitely Jeff. Okay. Creativity, finances, and love are going to flow out of this situation once the clog is unblocked. Okay. And the guides will assist in this new energy and opportunities ahead. Okay. So lots of really beautiful, good energy coming from the release of this situation. It's literally a release. And then the biggest card that I got, which I felt my whole body just go into this, just tired. Like I just wanted to I wanted to lay down right after I kind of tapped into this. And it was the need for relaxation. Okay. This has been a very draining process. Okay. Relaxation is important for health, for mood, for relationships, and for overall well-being. It's easy to become entangled in anxiety and worry and stress, and it paralyzes your thinking. Okay. So the day-to-day life can be filled with a multitude of stresses, especially in this situation. It can affect thoughts. It can cause you to feel disconnected from your true sense of being. And dedicating time to relaxation will provide a solid foundation to assist you and him to be able to live a more balanced and less stressful life. Okay. So the importance of relaxation can also alleviate tension that leads to health concerns, because that's a big thing. You don't want this to bring up the blood pressure or to cause other health problems or to, inadvertently affect the nervous system. Okay. So I'd suggest indulging in a spiritual bath. Tanys does them. They're amazing. I'm so jealous. I wish I had a bathtub like hers. Adding some essential oils or sea salt to the water, lighting some candles, maybe burning some incense. I have incense burning right now. Utilizing clear quartz or rose quartz crystals, they can help intensify the healing nature of experience. And use this time to just get centered, to get balanced, okay? And practicing deep breathing techniques can also bring out a calm and a peace, okay? So also remember to take a deep breath before you act impulsively. This goes for both your situations, okay? And your thoughts this will bring fresh, renewed oxygen to the body and relieve some of the anxiety that this situation is involving, okay? This unclogging, as I call it. I keep getting like a clogged drain and it's just going like just out, okay? So affirmations are another really good tool to help you relax and grow in mind, body, and spirit. And repeating positive, life-affirming statements about yourself, you'll notice that these manifestations will start to create affirmations in your own life moving forward in the physical realms, okay? So just relax, enjoy the journey, all right? This is just an unclogging. And then I got the 10th house and the 9th house. The 9th house is all about tapping into your spirituality, different philosophies, seeking guidance in a more expansive way. And the 10th house is just focused on career, okay? Sometimes focusing on our work can kind of take away some of the anxiety from the more personal problems in life. Okay. So that's my main advice for your situation moving forward. And I thought that was helpful. And I know that Tanys and Renata have a lot more.
As far as crystals go, yes, the clear quartz and rose quartz. And the other one that came to me while you were talking about the crystals was aventurine and selenite. So I could actually see you putting clear quartz, rose quartz, and aventurine in the bathwater. Sounds weird, but I know those could go into the bathwater, or because they are safe to do that with. Just don't let them go down the drain. I've done that. Not a good idea. So put them in a little baggie or something if you're going to put them in the bath, so you know where they're at. Yeah, so that's what I would add to that list. Selenite, don't put that in water, though. It's gypsum based. Okay, just work with that one. I do have fresh start as well. So it is a time of fresh start, much like Michelle was saying. So tapping into that. And of course, we've got the yin and yang sign here. So that's all about balance as well. We're going into spring. That's the one that's upright on this. That's coming to mind. So knowing that the spring is going to bring a fresh start with it. And yes, the timing is right for this new venture. A happy outcome follows your positive expectation. So that answers the question all in one. I think there is some worry about children. I'm not sure if he has children or wanted children and didn't. I feel like he has them, and we're not to worry about them. They're going to be okay. All right. Time out is the other one. And so this one is, like Michelle was saying, making sure you take some time out for self-care, because I feel tired with this one as well. And so this one is time out. You've been so busy taking care of everyone else's needs. Now it's time to stop and take care of your own. And I think this may be part of your reason for for the separation and stuff, is it's been all about somebody else. So making sure you take some time out and to dwell in your own truth about this. Okay. Because I think that spiritual path that Michelle was talking about, that is part of how you're going to move forward in this. And that is doing the meditation, allowing your own truth to come to the surface so that you can clear these clouds. Because right now the clouds are kind of blocking the vision. And so it's creating this resistance, which creates the discomfort with all of it. Okay, so really doing the meditation to clear the clouds is really going to help you to see more clearly going forward. And then you're going to be able to follow your bliss. So that's awesome. It says here, my soul sings with joy. Okay. And really embracing the tutu. This is my embrace the tutu card, right? So embracing the tutu, embracing your journey and your uniqueness in this is what's going to help you to really follow your bliss in this. Okay. And the last card was an awesome one. Omega, victory. Your desires coming to fruition. So keep up the good work. So lots of good stuff there. I think that really overall, it looks like it's going to be something that you really need to care for yourself through, because yes, that is, it is a huge change in life, and that comes with its own stressors. But just making sure you take care of yourself and embrace your own truth, your own uniqueness in the situation. And that's really going to help you to find your bliss following it. Okay, hope that's helpful.
I love it, you guys. So much similarity between all of our cards, and I got some very, very similar messages coming through. And by the way, just wanted to say, give a shout out to my friend Regina Schultz there. Great seeing you. Thank you for coming on. And Rachel said it's a classical musician thing, the perfectionism. And yes, absolutely, I can attest to that. We're so used to just working and working and working until we get it just right, just perfect. Yeah. And so it's an unlearning. It's a process of unlearning for a lot of us. But by the way, Karen's brother, I've actually had a couple of conversations with him. He's a brilliant, brilliant individual. He's also, I believe it was a cancer diagnosis. He had like brain cancer. He had an operation for it. And there were some side effects from that. Like he has very impaired vision now. I think he's legally blind actually after the surgery. And then there are other side effects that are severe that have impacted his confidence level severely. But he is brilliant. I believe he's a college professor, from what I recall. And, he's been having a very tough time in this marriage and going through the divorce. So that's just some background information. And also, I love that, Michelle, that you were tapping into his energy through Karen. I do the same exact thing. Yeah. It's this funny thing that we just do automatically. Like if we're answering a question about your loved one, we can tap into them through you. And it's just an automatic thing, I guess, that we do. But so I just asked, like, what is he going through? Why is this happening? And I got this Chamber of the Violet Flame. Okay. And the message here is karmic release, radical transformation. This is why he's going through this experience that's been such a challenge. Yeah.
And the violet flame is all about like huge healing, right? You can use the violet flame when in doing energy healing stuff. I've used that on people. It's very, it really just sort of eases away the dense stuff around.
Yeah. And I feel like this is also multiple lifetime stuff for him. I got this Central Sun card. And it says abundance, downloads, regeneration, and success. So this is a very good card to get here. You're getting a lot of great positive answers. This is what you're going through. This is what's coming your way. And then I also got this Order of Melchizedek. I don't know.
Melchizedek. Yeah.
Melchizedek. Okay. I didn't know if I was pronouncing that right. I need to look at all these and practice them. But it says embraced by light, mission uncovered, and don't give up. All right, so keep moving forward. I know that you've been through a lot, Mark, and I know that sometimes it seems like there is no end in sight, but I promise you that there is. Now, you guys were talking about how you were feeling tired, and he's exhausted. And I just happened to pick this care card, okay? Be gentle with yourself. Please be gentle with yourself. You can be extremely hard on yourself, Mark. There is no need. You are an amazing individual. I also got the Sanctuary card. Okay. Connect to your inner strength. So it's interesting because I think in the process of recovery and in self-care, you are going to be able to connect to that inner strength that you definitely have, but you don't typically give yourself credit for. Okay. Let's see. A lot of this is like the ladies were talking about, discovering the truth. You stand in the light of truth. Okay. So this is a lot of this, what you're going through is about you just being very honest with yourself. You becoming very honest with, but not in the way that you have been, not in tearing yourself down, but actually taking a step back and maybe even seeing yourself through the eyes of other people. Like maybe try to see yourself through Karen's eyes or someone who admires you, because I don't think that you view yourself with a lot of gentleness and a lot of love. And so that's something that's going to have to shift for you, Mark. And that's part of the reason why this is happening. And I do have this Miracles card. Okay. Expect the wondrous to emerge. So this is a wonderful card to get. And you're being advised by Spirit to embrace your enthusiasm just for life, enthusiasm for life. Try to reconnect to that enthusiasm, your childlike wonder, because I know that there are things you're really passionate about, like learning and education. And it says, shout to the heavens with happiness. All right. And there was only one more deck that I looked at real quick. I know we're running low on time, but I got a couple of these cards. I got, which are supposed to come together. And it's really funny that I drew both of them. I got this, I don't know if you're familiar with these, Tanys. Leliel card, Angel of Night. And I got this Duma card, Angel of Dreams. Okay. And just real quick, the meaning is Angel of Night. Basically, the whole point of this is that Leliel passes from star to star, filling the night with light. One would think that the darkness is Leliel's realm. However, it is starlight that heralds night's arrival. So this is pointing to some very positive things. The light is coming your way. And then Duma, which is Angel of Dreams, it's about truth. It's about revealing truth again. So Duma is the impetus to doubt a false reality, to crack the shell, keeping you from the truth. When the world shifts around you, Duma is your guide. The world is stranger than you believed it to be. It's interesting because it said that Duma and Leliel are connected. The truth of this can only be found within Angelarium. But whatever. I think the point is that all of our cards are supporting a similar message for you. And I think that you have some really great things coming your way, but you've got to learn how to appreciate and love yourself. Okay, Mark, if you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to us.
Oh, we hope that was helpful, Karen, and blessings to you and your brother during this hard time. Okay, from all of us. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and answer these in order from which they came, and we're going with tippers, okay? So it's Patra, and then Karen Cohen, and then Joanna Fitzgerald, and then Bitsabi Charas, and then Karen Phillips, and then Shem, okay? That's the order we're going to answer all of your questions. Yes, thank you for I pulled the prosperity card from my Ganesha Oracle, so thank you for sharing your prosperity and helping our show. Yeah, you can't. So we're going to go on to our next question, and that's Patra. Hi, Patra. It's so good to see you. Hi, ladies. Asking if my bear will have good fortune with his endeavors. I'm guessing this is Barry, the boyfriend. Okay. So the first card I got was a really good card. And this is the Taurus, right? It's the Taurus. Okay.
I was wondering if it was a person or an animal.
I felt childlike energy. So,
well, you can't make this stuff up. I got joy.
There we go.
There you go. So joy is the state of heart and of soul. Okay. So in this card, Ganesh is holding some garlands made of aruku flowers. And these are known as crown flowers. And they eliminate negative energy from the body and the mind of a person. So the flowers also have medicinal benefits, as they are actually used to treat intestinal problems like constipation, diarrhea, stomach ulcers, some stuff like that. Stuff that really affects our solar plexus, our courage moving forward. So in India, devotees worship Ganesha with these flowers to be free of all ailments. Okay, so I am sending that energy to you right now. Okay, Patra, that's just for you. Now, Mushak right here, he's the little rat. He's so cute. He's Ganesha's vehicle, and he's also carrying an offering. Okay, so they're basically going to a lingam here, and that is in the sanctum of Shiva temples. Okay, it's in private shrines that symbolize Shiva, and it's revered as an emblem of regenerative power. So it's found within like a lipped kind of disc-like structure, and it's an emblem to the goddess Shakti called the Yoni, and together they symbolize a union. Okay, it's the feminine and divine principles, the totality of all the existence. So what this tells me is that this joy is going to open up his heart, his soul, and cause it like a uniting kind of effect to happen, which is really good. This union will help him achieve a lot of expansion for the greater good related to his divine path. And I'm also tapping into your energy through him. So this message is for you too, because I'm going to you and then I'm going to him. Okay. So you need to practice a little joy too. And I know you're already a very joyous kind of fun spirit. So I know that your life is in flux. and that you feel a deep knowing that whatever might happen will be for the highest good for all involved, because you are a very sattvic soul. And you have this knowledge within you, and this is to bring out a lot of spiritual determination. Let's see. There are a lot of difficult circumstances, such as those that you're currently undergoing and that he's undergoing as well, because you are connected, and you will ultimately find happiness. That's what this joy card is all about. So spirit is acknowledging the stress and exhaustion that your journey is kind of on right now and what accompanies it. And it's helping you adapt to new patterns of behavior to release kind of your old stories, your old ways of thinking. And you may not be happy right now, but you can experience joy in knowing that in striving through this difficult situation, you came into this lifetime to undergo this experience, to learn a very specific life lesson, and he's with you on this journey. Okay. So be honest with yourself, be honest with your feelings and emotion. This goes for him too. And remember that if your heart is feeling wounded, that it's likely grappling with some really deep feelings and sentiments that may have been repressed in you for lifetimes. Okay. This is soul work. This is big stuff. Okay. Share your thoughts with each other, share your emotions, share your feelings, share your anxieties with those who can support you during this time, because you're going to need a lot of it. Okay. And joy will be the outcome. That's really good. Your energy and your inner light are shifting to reveal your life's grand plan. So I asked a little bit more about, his goals and things like that. And I got the 10th house and the 3rd house. Now the 10th house represents career and the 3rd house represents communications. So, a lot of success will be made in making the right connections. Okay. That's what the 3rd house is all about. It's all about putting yourself out there and making the right connections with other people. All right. And, getting his ideas going and putting it in front of a group of people is really going to help release some of the, shifts that need to happen in his various endeavors. Okay. And then I pulled 3 more cards. I got worth waiting for. So he needs to kind of learn to wait on spirit. And you can help him in this because you're a very spiritual sattvic soul. Divine timing is at work. Okay. So he needs to kind of listen to his guides and work on divine timing and not really jump into anything without first kind of doing an inner check-in. Okay. And then I got pay attention to the red flags. There will be some hurdles along the way, but these are tests. Okay. They're going to recognizing these little signs that are cautioning him along the way is going to help him be successful in avoiding issues in the future with his endeavors. Okay. And then I got finances and career. Financial issues are a bit of a factor right now, but they will get better if he focuses on the things that I just talked about. Okay. I know Tanys and Renata have a lot more, and many blessings to you.
Hi, last minute card. They're like yelling at me. Just one sec. I just have to pull this out. They're like, pick that one, pick that one. Oh, okay. Weird. All right. All right.
Sometimes even the cars get a little confused.
Maybe I'm focusing on the wrong thing right now. You're at the end of a cycle in your life. Call upon your angels to comfort you and guide you to the next step. Happiness awaits you. So that talks about that release that Michelle was talking about. Okay. That you're going through transition now. You're releasing something, or Barry is releasing something. But that's going to have a happy outcome to it. In order to sort of ensure that, I think that spending some time alone and meditating, okay, on what your real desires and intentions are going forward with these endeavors, ask the angels to help you gain a positive perspective. So there's something that he needs to just do a little bit of soul searching, because I feel like it's like he's going here and he just needs to tilt slightly. And it's not a big tilt. It's just a little, there's just going to be a little thing that he's going to have to maneuver around. And I think that's where the soul searching is coming in. He just needs to make that decision. He's like, there's a little bit of a fork, and he's got to make that decision from the heart. So doing that time alone and meditation is going to help. Now I got interesting. I don't know whether what he's planning to do has something to do with children, but I got 2 children cards. So I got Rosetta and then the other deck with children. So I'm not sure whether his children, your children are involved, or whether the endeavor involves children. Definitely children are a factor here. But you need to know that it says here you have a gift for working with young people. Your divine life purpose involves helping, teaching, or parenting children. So I would say that. And then it says your children on earth and in heaven are happy and well cared for by God and the angels. So I'm not sure. Oh, that's an interesting one. Okay, so I'm not sure if this has anything to do with it, but I'm feeling like maybe he has been a teacher and he's moving into something different, but may still have something to do with young children. So I don't know if that has any resonance with you, but they just showed me that, so I don't know. Rising above. So I do feel it's going to be successful. Okay. And I see only beauty and grace. So when you look at the lotus, it's coming out of the mud. So I feel like he's been in a really heavy time, and that this is starting to clear. As this lotus opens, he's going to be reaching up for that light, like in that picture. Okay. And know that what this endeavor is it's going to make a difference in the world. Okay. My inner light shines far and wide. So whatever it is, that means like it's going to make a big difference. So I also feel like there's something to do with spirit. So he should listen to what the intuition is telling him. But there's also a star here, which is coming through as success today. Okay. So I do feel it's a successful ending. Now the one that I was kind of like, I got working with flowers opens your heart and brings blessings to others through your life purpose. So I don't know if that resonates with you. I'm actually feeling like maybe that there's some flower essences that he should be looking at in terms of helping him through this transition. That's what's kind of coming through for me with it. But I mean, maybe it means something more about what he's doing as well. So I shall leave that with you.
Interesting. I feel like, Tanys, you talking about that, something came through about his olfactory senses. Like he needs that realigned. So he actually needs that to kind of help him get on the right pathway because it's regulating his mood.
So doing aromatherapy then might be a good thing too, because that would be floral essences and essential oils, right?
Yeah. And the other thing too that I was getting is that I feel like Patra stuff is coming through so strongly that it's almost difficult to focus exclusively on his stuff. So the readings that we're doing, I feel like definitely was very much for both of you. And it was a little bit difficult. So I keep redirecting myself back to the question because there was a lot of stuff coming up for you. So I hope that's okay. The first card, so like to answer your question, and this is I guess this card keeps coming up for me. For tonight's readings, the central sun, it says abundance, downloads, regeneration, and it says success. So will he have good fortune with his endeavors? I mean, got the success card. So that's a yes. I am being advised that, like the ladies were talking about, it's divinely timed. It's best to surrender to what's happening and not try to control it too much. I feel like you guys, this card is for both of you, this this paradigm shift card, because there are some, again, transformation, I guess, is the name of the game, and you guys are both going through some transformative times. I also feel like when I get this particular card from this deck, it also talks about some connection to light beings and maybe like intuitive gifts. So I think that's more for you than for him. But I think that you're going through some of that. Now, I think this is more for you, but this is a recommendation. Actually, both of you can use it. Stillness. Be calm and quiet. Okay, so this is just advice on how to get through this time and how to connect to your guides for both you and for him and see what they have to say for you guys. I got this let go and be, so kind of more of that message. Again, not trying to control it too much. And I got this love your body card pop out. I feel like this is for you. Let your beauty radiate out. I feel like this is important for you for some reason. I know you said you'll ask about yourself next time, but this popped out for you, so I had to give it to you. All right. Now I asked about like this career kind of advice for him. And much like Michelle, I kind of got, so it does say there's a great adventure coming, take a risk, venture forward. So that's a positive one. However, tread thoughtfully. Okay, because sometimes it can be, like it says, a narrow pathway. It can be kind of a fine line. And navigating by the stars, follow your bliss. Okay, so like the ladies also mentioned, this is about like him doing what aligns with him and his gut, like in his heart. So you guys are not going to be able to navigate this so much with your minds as you will with your hearts, if that makes sense. And I think you understand what I'm talking about, because it feels like you're in tune with that kind of stuff, and you're more intuitive. And finally, I got this, I don't know how to pronounce this, material, Tanys, I don't know if that's correct.
Yeah, material is what I would say. Yeah.
Okay. Angel of Rain. And it says, awareness is paramount for the journey. Don't try to create an outcome for your future. Be in the moment. Let the rain fall where it may. So again, this is about releasing control. Now I got this in 3 different decks for you. So you got to pass this on to him, okay? This is not about control. This is about trusting and leaning into what the guides and the angels have in store. And there are even like signs for each one of these cards. So if you see this is a sign that, he's on the right pathway. A fountain, a cup, and an arrow are the signs. All right, Patra, I hope that was helpful.
Patra, I'm really curious if there is a child connection with this. So if you can let us know that, please.
Yeah, give us
I'm
a
really
little feedback.
Because it came through so strongly. You're on mute.
Michelle, you're on mute.
Oh, yes, that would be interesting. Okay, so we have another question, and this one was sent to me via PayPal. So I'm just going to go ahead and put a banner up. And it's KC526. This is Karen Cohen. I would like to know if spirit guides have any messages for me. I have a wonderful career, but I'm wondering if I should be doing anything else for my life's purpose. Thank you. Okay. All right, Miss Karen, we are going, I did pull a really good card for you as far as life purpose. And the first one I got was from the Whispers of Ganesha, was cultivation. Okay. So what this card tells me is that listening to music can heal, encourage, and nurture your soul. Notice he's playing a instrument here. So he's playing what's called the Veena, okay, which is attributed to the goddess Saraswati. And she's the goddess of the arts. So the Veena, in addition to representing the arts, serves as a reminder to attune your heart with living in harmony with others in the world. Okay, so look at Ganesha's other hands. He's drumming a small dumaru, okay, and it represents a very focused kind of motion and activity. He's also forming a Jnana mudra with his other hand, and Jnana is Sanskrit for knowledge or wisdom. And you were asking like how you could kind of develop that a little bit. So Jnana mudra is also known as Chin mudra. And it's a very sacred hand gesture. He's kind of going like this, okay? And it's to seal directed energy and maintain focus, like a very pinpointed focus, okay? And his vehicle, Mushak, this little rat here, really cute. I love the little rat. He's doing the Abhaya Mudra again, which is a gesture of fearlessness. We've had this twice today. And this is a gesture of, it's reassurance, it's safety, it dispels fear, and accords very, it's divine protection and bliss in your life. So know that is there for you. So your spirituality is a very essential part of who you are. Okay, that's what I'm getting. And it's beginning to really form the framework of your world. And what I'm getting is that through participating in music, you will be able to resonate with the human spirit, okay? Because at the heart of humanity is the song of the soul. Like we're all connected through this. And music has the power to unite communities and cultures and civilizations. And listening to music can help heal you. It can help lift your heart. It can help support your soul. So I'm really getting into music from your guides, okay? They also create kind of an energetic impact. So what I do throughout the day is I put on certain vibratory music. I know the channel, Tanys can mention it. But it's different levels of hertz depending on if I want more of a healing level of energy, if I want to go to sleep, if I need something to study by, just going up on YouTube and saying like maybe study music, low hertz or high hertz, depending on where you're at.
Solfeggio music.
Solfeggio music. Thank you.
Solfeggio. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. That's what I was looking for. So listening to this type of music is really going to help heal you and uplift your energy. And you might feel that tuning in and uplifting or calming music, you could create a space for greater contemplation. Okay. And gain more clarity about what you're creating in your life. So it'll bring about a stronger connection to your higher self as well. And to oneness. Because we are all one. So music also cultivates community, because I pulled the 11th house from the karma cards. Okay. So because this sound, they're saying sound is fostering communication and bringing greater unity for her. Okay. There's going to be a spiritual connection that you're going to make, not only in the physical realms, but also in the spiritual realms when you sit and you just listen or you create music. It's going to lead to a lot of spiritual expansion in your life. And I suggest listening to soothing music before starting your day to just kind of like calm your overall aura and energy before going into work. Move away from, they're saying there's like maybe some excessive electronics or digital images and things like that might be bothering you a little bit. So kind of replacing those with calmer melodies and images in your environment. But just in general, take time, sit, listen to music. It's going to help you build a community both in this realm and in realms beyond. And it's going to shift your energy into a clearer, more receptive state. So that's the main thing I'm getting from your guides in moving forward. And I know Tanys and Renata have a lot more to say.
Mm-hmm. So Patra, just as an aside, neither have kids, but he's working with a much younger person. Yeah, definitely. So the message is about the younger person. I got confirmation on that.
There are also young spirit guides in his life. I feel like from previous lifetimes, there are actually children who passed away very young, and they're around. So that's another thing that was coming up when you were mentioning that, by the way.
Okay, cool. So we do have that young person connection in both dimensions.
Yes.
Perfect. All right. Sorry about that, Karen. So being in the flow was the first one that I got. So just making sure you're in that flow, right? And I do feel tapping into your intuition is going to be a big thing for you. Okay. So we've got a moon here and it says, I'm in flow with the universe. So then there's also the flying free. All right. I unfurl my wings and fly. So there's an element of free floating and flow that's coming through. So I would say that, I would say you're in the flow with your career. If you're happy with that, that's probably what it is. You can look deeper though on a spiritual level. So look deeper into the little gems that are inside. That's where you're going to find that inner wisdom. Okay. And you do have an important life purpose involving communication and the arts. Please don't allow your insecurities to hold you back. I will help you. Okay. So the arts would be included in music. Okay. I also have writing that came up for you. So you lead, inspire, teach, and entertain with the words that you write. And I got spiritual teacher. So I don't know if that's anything that you have dabbled in terms of teaching energy healing or metaphysical classes, or perhaps even like Sunday school stuff, or, like teaching it in church or your synagogue, or but you heal with the classes and sessions and seminars. So whatever teaching that you're doing, I mean, all of those are kind of that life purpose thing, right? You're healing with your words and your communication and the arts. So music would definitely be a big part of that. And consider the career possibilities that are open to you. So it's options. So know that you have options to create more balance in your life. Okay. So I think that the career you have is great, but there's something that you just need to balance a little bit. So doing whatever it is that you feel is your life purpose involving this communication, spiritual teacher, that sort of stuff is going to help you to create that balance. And balance came up again. So justice, like there's two here with scales, like that doesn't happen very often. Justice is holding scales and she's holding scales here. So there's something about scales. So there's something about, and that solfeggio So it could be that. But I'm feeling like there's something about the balance of things. Whatever it is you're going to step into is really going to help you to balance that. And as you honor and follow the guidance of your heart, prosperity is coming to you now. Okay, so I'm not sure whether this side gig is going to be something that you're going to do a lot of, but the spiritual teaching, but overall it's going to lead you to some prosperity. So I really do think that, you'll end up getting paid for some of this life purpose stuff as well. Okay, hope that's helpful.
Just trying not to cackle over here because I had some similar stuff. But I think, like, just intuitively for me, Casey, it's not that what you're doing right now is the wrong thing for you. It's just that you're what some people like to refer to as a multi-potentialite. So you have multiple things that you're meant to do in addition to what you're doing right now. All right. And also, as the ladies were talking, I do feel very strongly the arts in general for you are like something that's part of what you're meant to do. So there is an artistic, there's definitely just a very strong creative, and it's like a multiple kind of things that you have in that area. So that may be something that you're just feeling like in your gut, like you're missing. It's kind of like for me, being a classically trained musician, which I love being that, but I felt like I had a bunch of other things that I was meant to do. And so I had to kind of walk away from that as a career pathway, even though it's still a big part of my life. But I had to find some of the other things that I was really kind of yearning for that, it's not like music is not in my blood. It really is. And it's definitely a huge part of who I am. But I have all these other things that I was also meant to do. So that's what it feels like to me. Now, I was just asking, like, just what's happening right now. What are these messages you're getting? And I got halls of learning. I got spirit guides, confirmation, great lessons. And this may also have like an educational connection. Like right now might be a good time to take some classes and or some courses and immerse yourself in that. And I also got Temple of Truth. Okay. Throat chakra, authenticity, self-expression. So right now is the time to be honest with yourself about what works for you and what doesn't work for you. And just kind of just sitting down and even putting it in writing is important. Okay. You're also being reminded to nurture yourself, because I think if you nurture yourself, a lot of the other pieces are going to fall into place. So do remember to take good care of yourself. It says restore your balance, and we have heard this message for you several times now. All right. It's very important for you to have good community. I got this Tree of Souls card, collective wisdom, kinship group, library. So this is more about studying and about having this kind of educational connection. All right. And having others who are interested in the same kind of field and can help guide you and help answer any questions that you might have. Oh, I've played the piano since I was 5 as well. That's awesome, Casey. Yeah. Okay. Another one about balance. Okay. I know it says fire, but this is about the imagery here. The 2 dragons that are intertwined, the light and the dark. This is very much about you finding balance. Okay. Oh, I got this. Wise leader. You're a beacon for others. So this is something that I think you're meant to step into, aside from like even the arts, or maybe it's through the arts or through teaching and guiding others, but you are meant to be in a leadership role. So that's what was coming through for you very strongly. And finally, I got this card. And by the way, Tanys, you were talking about the moon imagery, and this is dance of the divine feminine. So again, we have the arts here, music, the music connection, the moon. It's all kind of come together with all 3 of us here. Yeah, music is very, very strong. Oh, Casey says she feels so empowered. She's going to cry.
Beautiful.
I'm glad that was helpful for you, Casey.
Awesome.
You're on
mute.
Thanks so much for joining us, Casey, and for Karen, and for just for your contribution of energy. We really appreciate it. We're glad that the reading resonated with you. Okay, so we have a few more tippers to go through. Our next one is Joanna. All right, Joanna asks, hey, I'm new here. Welcome, Joanna. Welcome to the show. I would love a reading. Okay, so I just did a full-on energy reading for you. Okay, Joanna. And the main thing I got was perseverance from the Whispers of Ganesha deck. Okay, you are likely to see financial or tangible rewards for your hard work. Yay, we love those. So Ganesha's tusk here, that's the image here, represents hard work and completing the task at hand. And what this represents is when Ganesha wrote the Mahabharata, his quill broke and he needed a writing instrument. And it was being dictated to him by sage Veda Vyasa, and Vyasa wouldn't stop reciting the epic, and Ganesha couldn't stop writing. So he broke off a piece of his tusk and he started using it as a writing tool. So the tusk is interpreted as a symbol of sacrifice and strength, and it demonstrates that it's important to finish what you start. So that's what Spirit is telling you to do. Persevere. Okay. If you've been working hard or putting a lot of extra effort into something, it will be worth the work. Okay. You're going to see the results or the rewards for your labor. You may have been working on something quite challenging, I'm getting, and it's important for the last few months to really kind of bear down on this, as it's likely to conclude soon. Okay. Spirit is guiding you not to lose faith while you wait for things to come to fruition. And be patient and appreciate the progress that you've made so far, because your hard work has not paid off as much as you've liked, but consider that maybe your expectations need modifying along the way, especially if you start a new project after this one. There's no guarantees in life, so we just need to be grateful and focus on the present and do what you can with what you have. And just in general, this is the ending of a difficult period of financial and material struggle. So yay, this is a good card to get. Okay. So that's some really good energy coming your way. And then one of your guides started yelling at me
and said, when that happens,
and said, pull again, pull again. So I pulled again and I got spiritual practice. Okay. So a spiritual practice will help ground your day. Okay. It's going to trigger some observations that lead to you to life-changing breakthroughs and ideas, because your guides are trying to get through to you hard. Okay. There are a lot of ways to kind of maintain your spiritual connection through committed practice. I do so in the morning. What I do is it could be through prayer. It could be through meditation. It could be an exercise schedule that connects the mind, body, and spirit, such as yoga. That's what I do. It could be mantra practice, pranayama. I do that every morning. It grounds me and gets me ready for just any messages that I may receive. And it helps calm my more vata or irregular energy. Okay. So you can also consider burning incense. I'm getting that as well, which is usually accompanying prayers, accompanying mantras. And it brings out what incense do is it takes your prayers and your mantras and it helps them rise to the heavens. Okay. It also can represent a request that you have at the divine. So as you're praying, as you're doing mantras, as you're doing any spiritual practice that you participate in, maybe light some incense, okay? Because that can also dispel some negative energy in your environment as well. Burning sage is good too. But in any case, you need to create a really special haven for yourself and kind of clear a sacred space in preparation for your spiritual development, whether, you have a special occasion or ceremony coming, or you're just going to work, okay? It's going to bring a heightened spiritual awareness to your life and, help you with more realizations. Okay. Regaining tranquility is going to be the main thing that this will help you do, because I feel like there's a little bit of unbalance going on. And this will restore your spiritual connection and put you in better contact with your guides. So find what works and then dedicate some time into your practice every single day. Okay. So that's the main thing I got from Spirit. And I know that Tanys and Renata have a lot more.
Yes. So Joanna, so I'm getting there's some kind of a rift or a disagreement that you have with somebody, but know that you can mend fences. You mend bridges. Okay. It's about seeing both sides of it. You see, she's got two faces there. Okay. That's about seeing both sides of that bridge. You are a mender. So if it's not you, then it's somebody near you is having this issue, and know that you can play a role in mending that. It's about communicating freely. Okay. And you can communicate with love. There's a heart here, right there. I communicate from the depths of my being. So know that the communication with love and compassion, that's what's going to help you to do the mending. Okay. And it's going to bring forth a new energy into the world. So you're giving birth to, I am bringing forth new and dynamic energy into the world. So it's about birthing that new energy. Okay. And it's going to be more peaceful because we've got a dove here, which is all about peace. And I do feel that tapping into your intuition is going to be an important role in this. So the meditation is that you were talking about, Michelle, is definitely going to be beneficial. And they're also saying have faith and hope. Okay, because there is something positive and new on the horizon that you can't see yet, but it is coming. And as soon as you can get into the flow, tap into that intuition. We got the moon again for intuition. So when you can tap into that intuition and get into the flow, then I am the angel of abundance and you will receive the money that you need. God is in charge of how that will happen. So if you can tap into that flow and get into that, do the mending of the bridges, that abundance is going to come in. Okay. You have to get into the flow and get into a regular practice, just because I think that's going to really help you to balance stuff so there's some project that's going to like slide in. I feel it's like something is coming to you like this is what I'm seeing. And so you're going to be like, oh, okay. And jump on and get in the flow is what it feels like for me. Okay. And that's going to bring you some abundance. Now I did get, I bring you a message from your deceased loved one. I'm happy, at peace, and I love you very much. Please don't worry about me. So I feel as though you have lost somebody in the last little while, and they do have a message for you. They just want to reassure you it was time. It was my time to go, is what they're saying. Okay. So, they are happy. They do feel at peace, this person. And they also want you to know that you can believe in yourself because you can do this. Okay. You've got this, right? You know that you've got, it feels very like, I'm not sure if it's like mother or grandmother, but it's like a female family member that's coming through. And she's very much like, you got this, girl. Like, you got this. Don't fret, right? You know that this project's going to be coming now, and you can just jump onto that and go with the flow. All right. So just trust in that and tap into the intuition more, because I think there's a lot more for you to discover there. Okay. Thanks, Joanna. Grandmother. Yep. Yeah. She's saying you got this, girl. So
lots of stuff coming through, Tanys.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, Joanna. So just kind of generally picking up on your overall energy, I got this Shambhala initiations card for you. Okay. Retreating to recharge, trusting in the process, Dharma. Okay. So it's important for you to give yourself that opportunity to recharge properly. I also got this sacred inner space card, sacral chakra, tenderness, sensuality. Okay. But I think this is really about being tender and caring with yourself and just being loving in general and kind. I do feel like you've been feeling kind of like your brain has been in a fog, and so you're being advised to take your time and to go slowly. However, you're also being advised to continue to move forward. It feels a little bit like you're moving up the mountain, you're going up the mountain, but you are moving along the right pathway. Just take your time and take it easy, because it's not a race. Okay, Joanna? Now, from my Lemurian deck, I drew this water card, and I think this is the overflow. To me, this feels like you feeling overwhelmed, like there are just too many things for you to handle, and you're kind of trying to scramble and figure out which direction you need to move in, like what are you supposed to do? It just all starts to feel like it's too much. But you are meant to move in a new direction. You're creating new blueprints for your life right now, at this very moment. Okay, you're seeking out some answers. You're trying to shift into a new space, new paradigm. and I got the Sounds of the Universe card. I think this is about your guides trying to speak to you and sending you messages. And so you're being invited to be still and sit with silence. And yes, meditation is a very, very, very good idea. And finally, you're being reminded to have loving compassion for yourself and for others. And this is going to help move you through some of the kind of like that fogginess that you've been feeling. Okay. If you take a new perspective, take a new approach, and you will see a lot of the other things shifting for yourself. All right, Joanna, I hope that was helpful for you. These are angel numbers, by the way. She says, I keep seeing 111 and 1111. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
My anniversary is 11/11. That's awesome. Yeah. Those are twin flame numbers, and you're on the right track. And it's a beautiful, beautiful thing to see. Okay. So thank you so much for joining us, Joanna, and welcome. And we hope we see you more often, and please let us know how everything goes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So our next question is from Dorada, and it's, I'm starting a new job on Monday and I'm anxious about it. I bet that's an anxious experience. I'm worried that I left my current job for a less paying job, and now that I'm on the right track. Okay.
On the wrong
track. Yeah. She's
on the wrong track. Yeah. You are on the right track, by the way. That's what I got from Spirit. There is, okay, so this happens every now and then. I pull cards and I go, what does this have to do with career? So I went to my karma cards and I'm like, it has to do with relationships. So Spirit Guides basically just said her career is going to be fine. It's the relationships that need a little oomph. Okay. So the seventh house represents the need for balance and cooperation in your relationships with others. Mostly this is kind of a marriage house. Okay. It's kind of showing yourself in a more diplomatic, cooperative way of being and of dealing with things. Okay. So I asked Spirit, like, what about relationships does she need to know? Because this came out pretty strongly when I asked this question about your career, and they said grace. Okay. This is from the Wild Goddess Oracle. Okay. Forgive yourself and anyone else in your situation, even if you or they do not deserve it. To forgive is to mirror the divine forces that love us. Okay. You need to forgive. Okay. Do it for you. Rosie agrees. She's squeaking her toy. And that's really going to help you kind of release some of this inner anxiety that you're feeling. There's some unforgiveness in there that needs to be released. We all carry it around because we're all making mistakes, especially in our relationships in this incarnation. I've made them. My husband's made them. Love you.
We all do. This is totally normal.
It's part of being human. Okay. Otherwise we'd be up there sipping tea with, Buddha and, Jesus and Ganesh and just, enjoying life on these spiritual planes. But we're down here, we're doing the work. We're working on our relationships. So be graceful with yourself, forgive others moving forward, because that's where I feel like some of this anxiety is coming from. Okay. Okay. Then I got a work card. I'm like, okay, you're going to let me go now. And I got concentration. Okay. Utilize the tools and the resources and the skills available to you. Spirit is going to support you on this journey. Okay. It's going to inspire you to solve problems. You have been led into this particular career, not only for your, a little bit of material gain, but mostly spiritual gain. Okay. You are going to benefit from inventive forces if you maintain your power and work with the awareness and focus that this job is going to require. So acting consciously and with the understanding of applied effort will get you what you want. Okay. So you need to know what you're doing and why you're doing it. Okay. And I feel like this is a soul contract job for you, because we're not just here to make money and die. We're here to fulfill our soul contracts, to release karma, especially karmic debt. Okay. And that can come in the form of lower paying jobs. It can come in the form of volunteerism, karma yoga, basically doing service for others without expectation of reward. So what Spirit and what your guides are telling me is you need to be focused on a single objective or purpose at this time, which would be this new venture. And you're asked to channel all of your energy, tools, and wherewithal into this goal. Okay. Commit to the task and eliminate any distractions that will take your attention away from what you're trying to realize. And I'm getting that the forgiveness might be blocking you a little bit, this anxiety that's kind of deep in there. All right. So take this time to research just possible solutions, keep a practical approach, work at a very steady pace. Don't burn yourself out. Okay. Remain as objective as possible, because I'm getting that you need to have a very kind of Queen of Swords, King of Swords energy around this. Very businesslike. Okay. And also consider how you can better interact with people in your life, because I did get that 7th house. And it's important to remember to treat others the way that they would like to be treated, and vice versa. Okay. So setting appropriate boundaries for yourself and others in this new job is really going to help you out. And then I went to my self-care oracle, and I got spend some alone time with yourself when things get a little stressful. Okay. Go walk along the water if you've got some water around you, because you can see in the card she's on the beach, surrounded by the shore and the ocean, and she's got the moon phases around her, so she's able to kind of tap in energetically to source and just renew her emotions. Okay. Soak in some of those positive ions. Go on a walk. Take care of you. Okay. So that's the main energy that I got, and I know that Tanys and Renata have a lot more.
Awesome. Hi, Betsy.
We know her,
Betsy's what she goes by. So I am with you, giving you the courage to make life changes that will help you work on your divine life purpose.
Perfect.
So it is meant to be where you are.
Yes.
Call on Archangel Michael. I know he's with you all the time anyways. Just call on him to be there when you're feeling that way. Stand firm in what you're doing, right? You are in the light. You see him standing at the top there. He's in the light. It says, I'm noble, brave, and strong. So you know you're strong enough to do this. Okay. You've got this. Know that you are protected from all types of harm. The worst is now behind you. I ask you to relax and feel safe. Okay. So I would say that you're on the right track. This is definitely the right track. I would also say expect miracles. Okay. Miracles are blossoming in my life. So this is that growth thing. So like Michelle was talking about, there's going to be some growth with this position, and it's going to be good though. It's good for you. Okay. And there's lots of love there, because it's a very pink light coming through. Okay. You are manifesting dreams. So this is awesome. My desires are coming true. Tapping into your intuition, right? Hearing messages from spirit. I am a clear channel for spirit, for messages from spirit. And you know this, right? So making sure you're using that because you are a spiritual teacher, right? You have the ability to counsel others and help them awaken their spiritual gifts and divine life purpose, or their divine mission. So you know that you are intuitive, and I think that you're going to be using that even more as you go forward. All of us life workers are being called upon to step up, and I know that that's something you're going to be doing as well. I think the balance that we're talking about is probably related to, being a new mom is it can be tiring, right? And so stepping into that balance and asking for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help, okay? From family members, hubby, all of that. Ask for help and be forgiving of yourself when you do need that. I think you're a little bit hard on yourself sometimes when you do ask for help, and know that it's normal. We all need that break to go and stand by the water, like Michelle was saying, right? Go for the walk. So just know that, you've got a life purpose and you're on the right track. Stay with that, okay? Michael's with you, and so are the rest of your guides. Okay, thanks. Talk to you soon.
Thank you, Tanys. Okay, I'm going to try to run through these quickly because we're running out of time. Okay, the first card I got for you is this third eye activation card, and this is speaking to what Tanys just mentioned. Inner vision, clear seeing. This is your intuitive gift being activated. Okay, so try to move out of your anxiety and into the intuitive part of you, because the intuitive part of you is what will keep, ground you, help you get grounded, and put you at ease. Okay, I got this hope card for you. Okay, so there is definitely hope. Out of darkness comes light. So I know it's been feeling kind of tumultuous for you, but I drew 3 cards for you from the Rumi deck, which is one of my new decks. So the first one that I got for you is this Passion of the Wild Red Mother. And what this is telling me is you need to connect to what you're truly passionate about, okay? That's what's going to answer all of your kind of most burning questions here. This is really about you fulfilling that which you are meant to do. And the things that you feel truly passionate about, those are the things that you are meant to do. All right. I also got this whirling goddess card. It's kind of like modern art. And okay, the little passage. This oracle brings you a message. You are at the point of growth where your mind can hold you back rather than urge you forward. If you have, like so many, used your mind to support you to shore up your sense of self in the world and to gain a sense of certainty about how the world works, then this is no easy leap. It will seem as though you are being asked to pass through the keyhole. Of course, your mind will stop and argue for all the reasons why the door should be opened instead of remaining closed, blah, blah, blah. Don't place too much stock in the claims that life should be other than it is. Okay, you're being asked to dance rather than understand, to lay the thoughts to rest and to come alive. It is the bravest, most trusting soul that dares put the mind to one side and say, tonight we dance, my heart and I, in the great rousing music of the beloved's beating heart, and I will not miss one step. Okay, so again, you're just being asked to trust and not to think about it too much. And then finally, I got this. In this deck, I got this, the Merciful Mother Jamal. And it says, one second, the little part that I wanted to read to you. There is a shift taking place now in a matter of great importance to you, from Jalal to Jamal, from justice to mercy. This is your path, your destiny, and your blessing now opening up before you. It may be a particular matter. However, it likely includes your entire life orientation. You're being granted refuge, respite, and shelter from the storms of struggle and doubt, and being given a divine sanctuary of safe harbor. You shall find that the unraveling of the struggle and pain now happens through tenderness and a gentler approach. Okay, so you are very much on the right pathway. These are all very positive cards. And then finally, one last card I got from this deck is the Yesod, the root chakra, the root connection. And this is the 9th emanation, the foundation that supports the world and forms the gateway between the spiritual and the physical. Okay, it's the medium through which we experience the tree of life. So basically, this is your foundation, and your foundation right now is being shifted, and you are moving in the right direction, is what I'm getting, basically. So I hope that was helpful for you. I know it was a lot to absorb, and we're trying to go through these quickly. But.
Lots of grounding.
Yes, and her name is Betsy.
Betsy, that's what.
Thank you for joining us, Betsy. It's so great to have your energy here with us today. Okay, so our next question is Karen Phillips, my sister-in-law. Hey, I'm wondering why I'm not picking up my fiddle to play. I've been out for 6 months. Yep, your shoulder healed enough for me to begin practicing again. I want to get back to playing fiddle with my friends. Okay, so I had another little spirit yelling at me, one of your guides, okay, and
majorly pissed off
this
guys
happened.
tonight.
I know they really want to be here. They're like, okay, the fiddle is important because but what I got was be candid. Now this does represent the Pashuta, and the fiddle is the way you express yourself, especially because it's a very throaty instrument, because it's a hollow instrument that you play with strings. Okay, as a singer, that's how I learned the notes. Learning from you. But the main thing I got from this is it's essential to express your truth, even at the risk of standing out. You need to just basically say, this is what I want, and expressing your thoughts just in a very candid and clear way. That's what Spirit's asking you to do. In the past, you've tried to maintain the peace by staying quiet or swallowing your words. Have faith and know that open and honest communication can bring out a resolution to your situation. If you're not sure where you stand, ask. Okay. This is a card about communication. It indicates that someone's words have created a moment of clarity, for example. So be open to others' views and arguments, of course, because that's what, communication goes. But what I'm getting is that you need to speak up. You need to make your voice heard. Okay. You're not a rough or uncaring person, so don't worry about coming across as misunderstood or because we've had miscommunications. We're family and we always come through because we love each other. Okay. So just convey your thoughts in an understandable, brief, and well thought out manner in the situation that you're in. Now, this is a teal card, my power color, and it represents the throat chakra. It's called Vishuddha. Okay. And it represents both speaking and listening. So your throat chakra is the gateway to the higher spiritual realms. And when your throat chakra is activated and balanced, there is a diminished chance of miscommunications and misunderstandings in your life. Okay. So you can express yourself as a spiritual being, and you are a good communicator, and you can speak honestly from the heart. And I know that you're a good listener. So just ask for what you want and what you need from others at this time. And you can express yourself individually. You can express yourself creatively, and your relationships are going to be based on true, like really truthful communication and intimacy. So what I'm getting is this is the block, okay? Because this card is inviting you to create an emotional balance within yourself and bring stability into your life so you can go back into that joy again, okay? Because I went to the Wild Goddess Oracle and I got the Dancer. And I know you've pulled this card for yourself a few times. You must feel free to express yourself, okay? If you want to live a truly authentic life of quality and meaning, our soul's dance is unending. Okay, so in order to let your soul dance, clear up this area. Okay, that's what I'm getting from your guides. And then I asked my self-care oracle, what can she do in the meantime to do this? Do some positive affirmations with yourself. Okay, look in the mirror, say, I love you. Okay, and look for fairies. Now, this is a special card just for me and you, okay? Because I tell Jonathan that you're a fairy all the time. I'm like, she's a fairy. She's like this wonderful person. she has a lot of the energy of the fairies, which is, music and sunshine, baking and flowers. And it's just a very fairy-like energy. So I feel like, and I also call Portland the land of the fairies because there's a lot of people like that in Portland. And I feel like you found your tribe there. So you will connect with your tribe. So focus on those positive affirmations. Okay. You will go back into freedom of expression through music, but be candid. Clear up this energy here, and that will release some of the blocks that you're feeling moving forward. Okay, I hope that was helpful, and I love you very much.
Hi. Yeah, they yelled at me again. I had
They're
all my
loud
stuff
today.
ready, and I was like, oh, okay.
Dude, you cannot make this stuff up. You seriously cannot. I just pulled the throat chakra card. Seriously.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I got Archangel Uriel. Your emotions are healing, which enables you to open to greater love. I will help you release anger and unforgiveness from your heart and mind. So I would focus on that, Karen, okay? There's something that you're angry about, and I'm not sure whether it's because you weren't able to play the fiddle. It may be like that you're angry with your body, so maybe doing some forgiveness work on your body, right on that shoulder. I think that might be a good way to go. And, simplifying your life a little bit would also be helpful. Okay. I cherish the simple pleasures in life. So I feel like there's some inner clutter and external clutter to kind of clean up. And I don't know whether it's clutter or whether it's just, I feel like it's just a little bit of, there's too much going on and you need to like clear that out of the way so that you can see the time to go forward. And your angels, like you're receiving messages from your angels, right? So just tap into that. It says, shimmering wings of angels, embrace me with love. So tap into that because they're there to love and support you. And that's going to help you to emerge into grace. Okay. I open my soul to grace. So it's like you've been in this time where you're healing and going through that sort of healing process. I asked what else you could do to maybe help you on that way. And I got 2 food cards. One was consult a nutritionist. And the second one was about organic foods. So, what you eat also has to do with your throat chakra. So there's something about that. It's like throat chakra. And then there's a motivation thing that's related to something you're eating. Okay. But you deserve the best. Reach for the stars with your dreams and desires and don't compromise. And the one they were yelling at me about was about books. So there's something about books, whether you're writing a book, reading a book, but something with books is going to help you through this transition back to where you want to be. Okay. So there might be a book out there. So listen to your angels and allow them to guide you either to writing a book or to reading a book.
She has literary gifts is what I'm getting. She has some literary gifts and she's meant to do some writing.
Okay, so there you go. So follow that because that's going to help you through some of this healing process because it's more than just physical healing going on. Okay?
Absolutely. Okay, Karen, thank you so much for being here. We love seeing you. Betsy asked if she missed the beginning of our reading. Is there a way that if she can rewatch this? Yes, you can. You can go to the same link where you are right now. You're going to be able to replay this because we leave all of our videos up. Okay. All right, Karen. Throat chakra, for sure is an area that's been a struggle for you. And the other one that I pulled from that deck is sacral chakra. That's another area that needs to be built up for you. Okay. That's been an area of weakness. And I feel like the two often go together anyway. Those are my areas of difficulty as well. So yeah, definitely need to do a little bit of meditation and work on those two areas. Just imagine healing energy in your throat and in that like sacral area, okay, to build that up a little bit. I'm getting, by the way, and like Tanys is talking about, I'm getting this I am presence. So light body activation. Mm-hmm. Accessing the divine within, and you are intuitive and you do have messages coming through. This is about you connecting to that. And I feel like the literary part is also connected to it, if that makes sense. So there's something you're going to have to plug into a little bit more in order to restore your balance. I'm also getting the Hathor light codes. Okay. Light immersion, full system upgrade, power recall, and rebirth. All right. Mm-hmm. This is what you're going through right now. You're going through another upgrade. I know we have to go in a minute. So I only have a couple more cards and we're done. I have this cosmic heart.
Oh, we have Shem after this. So we have one more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I have this cosmic heart, which just speaks to who you are. You've got this beautiful, amazing heart, and it's connected to the universe, and you're very open and kind and loving. So this is just reaffirming that. And I have this, I think it's chesed is how you say it, right? Right hand empathy. This is basically who you are, what you are. You are extremely empathetic. The fourth emanation, the hand that embraces, the healing tears brought on by the forgiveness of sins, each kindness repaid in kind. Hesed's force pulls humanity together, allowing peace to exist between us. You're very much a peacemaker, so this really speaks very truly to me. This is the power to look inside the hearts of those around us and see that we are truly alike. Our need for love and kindness is an essential part of our existence and transcends all other differences we might have. Chesed is at the very center of the pillar of mercy, defining its core characteristic and forming an extreme opposite to its female counterpart, Gevura. The two arms of the tree extend in opposite directions. Chesed pulls tight so that Gevura cannot push away. Basically, this is just about kindness. It says found in kindness, charity, and love. This is who you are. And this is confirming that you are love. You are a gift to everyone around you. And you just need to allow yourself to connect to the light because it's there. Your guides are like, tell her to plug into it. We're sending her all these messages. They are pretty eager for you to connect into it. Okay. And you are going through a transformational time. You're going through a shift right now. And that might be part of the reason that you're struggling a little bit, but you will play again. I promise you, you are meant to do that. It's in your blood, like it's in my blood to be a musician. So I hope that was helpful. And it's great seeing you, Karen. Sending you lots of love. Michelle, you're muted.
Okay, Karen, we hope that that was helpful, and just many blessings to you moving forward. All right, so we are going to go ahead and go into, let's see, comments. I'm going to try to find Shem's question here. So I had some stuff pop up that I had to get rid of.
Yes, I saw
That
that.
stuff happens when we have a show like this.
Oh my goodness.
And of course,
So-
it was when Jonathan was getting me water. Okay, so this is from Shem, and it's Hi, beautiful souls. Any message for me? Okay, so Shem, I did get some cards for you. Okay, and the first card that I got was Innocence. Okay, now this is from the Whispers of Ganesha Oracle. Okay, and this is the second time I pulled this today. So this tells me that the main thing that you're going to need to work on is basically just kind of tapping into that inner child energy, looking at this from a renewed perspective, because finding security within your, feeling security within your being is a really big thing for you right now, because the dynamics of this particular point in your life are very complicated. I know that you are in Saturn Sun Dasha, which in their enemies. So on the earthly dimension, this can cause, some trauma and blockages and lessons, and know that spirit is helping you free yourself of that trauma, those blockages, those lessons. And, the color red is, oh, sorry, I'm reading this. So basically the color red is it's your Mudlahara. It basically helps you ground yourself. Okay. And what spirit is basically asking you to do is take on the perspective of a more, a lighter aura, if that makes any sense, because you've been carrying around a lot of heavy energy. Okay, so here the aura around Ganesha portrays a lot of innocence. By being soft, by being still, you're going to give the universe an opportunity to assist you in creating your desires. So be willing to release criticism. She's holding on to criticism. Okay, if you've noticed yourself becoming increasingly critical over time, gather more experience. Sometimes the situation can cause you to lose touch with your innocence because it can be a little traumatizing. And it's only natural to expect similar outcomes as you have in the past when similar situations present themselves in your life. So don't forget that change and transformation are always possible, and that's what you're going through right now. And you're being offered an opportunity to approach the situation with a renewed peace of mind. So you're making changes in your relationships right now, because that's what this Dasha carries. And it's asking you to confront it with the sense of exploration and the excited curiosity of like a child. Okay, so be willing to let go of your preconceived ideas. Be willing to develop over time in your mind. Allow your heart to be centered and in a place of peace. Call on your guides to renew your mind every day. Do those different remedies that we talked about. Refresh your thinking. With your guides' assistance, you're going to be able to contemplate each and every situation that you encounter and ask spirit to support you along the way, because they are there to support you. So pray for freedom from fear, because I'm getting a lot of fear. I'm getting a lot of worry. I'm getting a lot of unhealthy obsessions that are controlling your thoughts and harming your soul right now. So be accountable for your decisions and their results, and just know that spirit is guiding you and really moving you forward on this journey. And then I pulled a few karma cards right now. Try to find some people that, you connect with, a good tribe kind of centered group of people. Be open to new ideas and expansion through Aquarius, just kind of like this kind of Uranus energy that I'm getting. Focus on your relationships, because that's the tests that you're going through right now, and these are karmic. And then Gemini, just feel free to communicate, but communicate from like that childlike essence. Okay. So I hope that was helpful, and I'm sending you lots of love.
Beautiful.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, so I got Ascended Masters. Okay, so they're all around you. So it says, powerful, loving, wise spiritual teachers are watching over and guiding you. And the next was, so now is the time to learn, study, gather information, enjoy being a student, because in the future, you're going to synthesize that knowledge into action. Okay, so you're going to spirit school in your dream time. So you're learning a whole bunch of stuff at night. So allow that stuff to filter through. Okay, visualize success. So see yourself doing well in this situation. Have faith and in a positive outcome. And then your desired outcome will occur in the very near future. Have patience and faith. Don't try to force it to happen. So the main themes there are patience and faith. And then also know that your guides are with you and that they are teaching you. And so there's lessons along the way. So that, lessons aren't always comfortable, but hang in there because a positive outcome is coming. Okay. So listen to your spirit guides. I know the Ascended Masters are always with you. I'm just seeing them all around you. I actually feel like they're going to be doing almost an activation thing with you. They may surround you and you may feel a whole bunch of love coming at you. That's what they're kind of showing me. So there may be a time like that. So just absorb that because I think there's some wisdom in it, some light codes, and lots of love. Okay. So, just feel into that. The Ascended Masters, work with them really closely. You're going to learn a lot from them. Okay. Hope that's helpful.
Thanks, ladies. Okay. So Shem, I just wanted to know what was happening, what was coming for you. I got the same stuff that the ladies were talking about, okay? I got the high heart chakra. I think you're a very heart-centered person anyway, but this is a light connection because this is my Lemurian deck, and it says ecstatic bliss. It is available to you, okay? If you can let go of some of that. You are tough on yourself. I always pick up how tough you are on yourself. All right, you have to be more compassionate with yourself. I got the compassion card, and it says you are loved unconditionally. And I think this is a very important one for you to remind yourself of. There is nothing that you have to do, and there is no level of perfection that you have to attain in order to be accepted and loved for who you are. Okay? Please remind yourself of that. Because I feel like you always want to try and achieve more and more in order to prove yourself, and you have nothing to prove. All right. You're being reminded to receive graciously. I know that's a tough one for you. This is something you really need to work on and lean into. All right, please. And what Tanys was talking about, look at this. You have solar light upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This is coming your way if you open yourself to it. Solar plexus chakra, inner fire. Okay, it's not even about the willpower part here, but this is about an upgrade that's coming your way and is available to you. And finally, I got this dot card. Okay, this is null emptiness. Listen to this. This is a short message. This emanation is a conduit. It radiates no light for itself, holds no shape, and touches nothing. It is perfect and invisible, a space through which nothing and everything passes. In its arms, all 10 of the emanations dance, each of them shining a great light through its void. This emanation has no number, no color, no connection to the other emanations, in that it is unique. Its solitary nature sets it apart from the other emanations in such a significant way that dot is sometimes considered to not exist at all. To give a name to the emptiness at the center of the tree is vital, and so too is the need to understand the significance of that emptiness. And the message here is meditation, silence, and sleep. Okay? You are being called to do these things for yourself. Please take the time to meditate. Make it a daily practice. Make sure you are sleeping enough. Make sure you are resting. Make sure you are taking good care of yourself. Make sure that you take time out to sit in silence and to really connect to your guide. Okay, your guides. All right, Shem, that's what I'm getting coming through very strongly for you, and I hope that was helpful. Can't hear you, honey.
Can't hear you.
Okay, Shem. Well, we hope that was helpful, and we hope that you're able to just kind of get through this period of time and know that it's fleeting and that these are just some lessons that are being presented to you, and that we're always here on the show. And she said, "Oh, blessings to you, my 3 beautiful souls. My mind is everywhere." Okay, well, you are literally going through, there's a planetary war in your chart between Saturn and Sun, and you're in Saturn's Sun Mahadasha. You're in Saturn Mahadasha, Sun Subdasha. So there's a war in your
quiet,
your emotions and everything else in your ego. So just kind of stepping into this new energy is going to be difficult, but it's passing, it's fleeting. Okay. So just do the remedies that we talked about. And I'm sending you all the love. We all are. Okay. So we have to go.
We run very,
We're
very
way
late.
over time tonight.
Sending you all love.
You
And thank you
guys.
for everyone who
Sending.
tipped. My goodness, that was such an amazing
Beautiful
show.
night.
And you're welcome, Shem. We hope that you all have the best week. And again, my name is Michelle Marie. I'm the owner and operator of Astrological Tarot, and I am both a Vedic and Western astrologer, and as well as a tarot reader, as you can see. And thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Tanys Coughlan, Twillow Lifestyle Community and Twillow Lifestyle Academy, and I'm intuitive energy healer and a Celtic Shamanic high priestess and a channel. So we're all very thankful for your energy this evening.
Renata of Readings by Renata. You can reach me at readings@renata.net. I'm a medical intuitive, psychic medium, a bunch of other things. Thank you so, so much for being with us. Thank you for contributing to the show. We greatly appreciate it, and we will see you next week.
Lots of love, everyone.
Sending love. Thank you so much for everyone who came, and we'll see you next week.